Hello, my marvellous sausages! We've all seen the videos shouting about how amazing a certain exotic is. How this exotic is what you need to beat the really hard endgamer type stuff like Grandmaster Nightfalls. Yeah, I can't do those. Or slamming a Master Lost Sector right up the jacksie. Yeah, can't really do those. Well, at least not without investing a solid 24 hours of life into it and then just getting some glimmer. My family will forget what I look like. I don't know, perhaps that's good for them though. These are weapons like Anarchy. Always used, always, no matter what you say. Raid boss, use Anarchy. Solo dungeon runs, use Anarchy. Going to toilet in the tower, use Anarchy. Well, what if you can't get Anarchy? What if you can't get that other one? What's it called? Legend of Acreus? Because, well, you know, it takes a lot of time and commitment and skill and you're crap like me.
You're crap, Guardian.
So, I thought I'd make a video series about the best, or at least the most interesting exotic weapons we can get from the exotic cheapo vending machine in the tower. Not that cheap. You know the device, sitting there in the tower, making a mockery of all the time you spent trying to complete the bloody Whisper of the Worm mission, or running 0 hour for Outbreak perfected time and time again. Stop laughing at me! Right, I've had a gin now, I'm calm. So for this video, we're going to be looking at the truly excellent, sort of, Symmetry. You can find it in the Exotic Kiosk under the Shadow Keep list. You'll need an exotic cipher, which you can get from Zer's weekly Xenology quest. You'll also need 100,000 glimmer, Christ, 150 Baryon bows, and 1 Ascendant shard, so it's pretty bloody expensive. There is a catalyst available for it as well. Now, it's done through a quest called Symmetry Remastered. Now, you might already have it in your quest screen and just forgotten about it, or if you've abandoned the quest, you'll find it in the quest archive next door to the post office. Now, if it's not there either, then it's entirely possible that old Bungo have pulled it out of circulation at the moment without telling me, which is very odd, really, as usually I'm the first person of contact if they want to make any changes at all to the game. Now, the Symmetry is an exotic arc scout rifle, and it was added all the way back in Season of the Dawn, you know, when we got old Saint 14 back into the mix. It takes primary ammo, which is pretty cool, and it has 2 firing modes as well, and they're both full auto. Your first mode is just normal scout rifle malarkey, but it's pretty easy to get the precision hits, and with that, it does deal a decent amount of damage. Now, I'm running a lost sector called the Orrery here on Nessus, so you can see a consistent amount of damage, because I don't know if you know in Destiny, but damage scales with whatever activity that you're doing. So I wanted to do the same activity so we can get a level playing field for the damage. So you can see here it's hitting the peewees, that's the goblins, for 1,629-ish for body shots and 2,762 for the precision hits. Now, it's a good job these precision hits are easy to get because they feed into this secondary fire mode. Now, for every precision hit you get a dynamic charge. You can see it down here on the kill feed. Now, the standard Symmetry can hold 15 of these dynamic charges, so 15 precision hits. If you have the catalyst completed, then you can hold 20 of them. Once you've got your dynamic charge and you hold reload, there's a really nifty animation where an extra barrel slides out and then the gun glows. It looks really cool. And then it reloads the magazine with the same amount of dynamic charges that you had stored, and then it'll change from dynamic charge to revolution. Now, you can fire the arc-seeking projectiles for 10 seconds. But one important thing to note is that the 10-second timer on revolution doesn't start until you fire the first arc projectile. It doesn't start when you switch over to the firing mode, so you can hold off waiting for the opportunity to spew electric death. Power of the projectiles as well is governed by how many dynamic charges you had when you activated the Arc Seeker mode. So with no charge, it's not very good. It kind of hits for about 1,924-ish. But something else you might be able to see is the secondary number flying off. And that's because the arc bolts have an area of effect around them when they strike, so the damage love is shared around. Now, because the bolts have an area of effect, you can use the energy accelerant mod that's for this month's artifact to increase the damage. Now, of course, that'll only work in this season, which is currently Season of the Splicer, better, but with that on, it does seem to deal more damage as well, and it's all to do with the distance that it's from the epicenter. As you can see, we get about 6,300 area of effect damage there, so it does increase when the goblins become closer together. So you can see here, look, they all die at around about 16,000. That's, of course, with the energy accelerant helping us out. But by buggery does it scale up, because when you get 15 dynamic charges and activate the secondary fire mode, it's doing 9,821 damage per shot, and with a catalyst and 20 stored charges, it's doing 13,486. Absolutely bloody marvellous. Okay, so that's the gun. Now, where's the best places to use it? Well, first of all, it's brilliant with anti-barrier mods, because this season you can get it for scout rifles, of course, and the anti-barrier works with both firing modes. So if you provoke the shield to pop with a normal firing mode, getting precision shots as you go, then whatever you have in your dynamic charge stack, flick it to Arc Seeker when they stagger, and then you can just completely destroy them. It's fantastic. And even if you don't have any charge, it's great, actually, as it just seeks out the target. It's like having a chauffeur-driven gun. Well done, Jeeves. That's it, you're doing well. Now, refill my port glass. So, Legend Lost Sectors, Nightfalls are great for this gun, particularly when there's an arc burn involved, because as you know, you get 50% extra damage with any arc burn. So this is a must wherever you find anti-barrier champions. Oh, here's a little bit of interesting info as well. When the gun first came out, the secondary fire mode just inherently stunned the unstoppable champions. How brilliant would that be, eh? An anti-barrier and an unstoppable all in one rifle. But they took that away sharpish, the bar stewards, which is a shame, I think, because actually all exotics should have an intrinsic anti-champion effect built in, whether it be anti-barrier, unstoppable, or overload. Just my opinion, but there we are. It's also utterly brilliant, bit of Rick Mail there, for Gambit. Particularly invading, because once you've got a 20 charge, or even 15, invade, and when you jump through, it just tracks the Guardians beautifully, and it two-taps them. They're just dead in 2 wallops. It's fantastic. It's really good if you need to complete quest steps or challenges that require you to get invader kills. It really does make it a hell of a lot easier, and it's an enormous amount of fun, and you can feel the frustration coming off the opposing team when you just nip in and shoot them from a distance and then nip back out again. Sorry, I just find it very amusing. Now, the Crucible. Does it make you an unstoppable PvP god? Ow. God's sake. No, it's too hard to build up any meaningful charge, and if you're good enough to get 20 precision hits with it, then you're good enough to win with any weapon, really. It's just too frustrating to keep on trying to get those precision kills to build up the charge, and if you're anything like me and very, very crap in Crucible, you're going to be killed before you even get 2 or 3 stacked up. So my advice is, don't use it in the Crucible, unless you like its standard scout rifle shooty mode thing. All in all, though, it's a brilliant gun, the Symmetry. It dishes out loads of damage. It's got the tracking projectiles. It's fantastic against barrier champions. You just take them out like they're not there. And invading in Gambit turns Gambit into a lot of fun. Now, if you haven't got it, visit Xur Friday through Tuesday, like I said. Pick up the Xenology quest, get a cipher, and get one. And the Catalyst is well worth doing too. And if you want to know how to complete your Catalyst nice and quick, I've got a video here that'll tell you how to do it. In fact, I managed to do, I think, 7 Catalysts in one evening, and the Symmetry was one of them. Now, if you've got an idea for an exotic weapon from the Exotic Kiosk mine, nowhere else, it's got to be from there so everyone can get their hands on it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see which one tickles my fancy. And if you want to know the next time I drop a video onto the interwebs, then click subscribe and ring the ding-dong bell so you'll know when I whip it out. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed it, you could click the like as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.